Hey you're super. Good evening YouTube, Merch Hunter Ricky here, and I'm coming in a little hot today. I ran into a snafu while editing the YouTube comment version of the devil fruit theory videos. Well, not theory, we make our own devil fruits together. So while that one is getting fixed and while that one is getting a little bit more dolled up, I got 3 more for you today. So today we're going to start out with the author fruit first. I thought of this fruit to be kind of like a counter to Law's fruit, because Law has a very strong devil fruit, right? It gives him the power of like 6 or 7 different paramecias and a couple logias at that, you know? What I like about Law's fruit is the room stipulation, but what I don't like about Law's fruit is that he can make an island-sized room now. Like, that's amazing, you know? But what is the limit of Law's stamina exactly? So I have a less broken version of Law's fruit fused with Charlotte Montdoor's book fruit. Now, Charlotte Montdoor's book fruit, it's just all sorts of broken, and we're not going to get into it. Long story short, it creates books, it controls books, and he can make book worlds, right? This one is a little bit different. The author fruit gives you the ability to spawn an ethereal pen in your hand, and to activate the power, you say page, kind of like Law's room, you know? So once you hit the page on them, a square appears in the battlefield, just like Law's fruit, right? So in this one, you have to start writing ethereal messages like a rock falls on my opponent's head or my opponent falls down. Now, these things take your stamina actively. Also, it's easy to stop the user of the fruit by just grabbing their hand and preventing them from writing. You know, a kind of built-in weakness of the fruit, you might say. What I like when I make my devil fruit ideas is having the ability to be strong yet stoppable, you know? That way, if you put this in a D&D campaign or what have you, or if you just use it for a fun one-piece setting, or you just want to have some fun headcanon for a day, you know, you can put yourself in strong situations. Like, for example, this user going up against Luffy just has to stretch forward before any ramifications hit him. A couple other things you can do with this book, bookmark, and you can like save all the effects that you had going on one page, and as long as you have the stamina to maintain it, you can bookmark it and just redo those effects all over again. You can turn the page on people and start a whole new list of effects, and then you can flip forward both pages, you know? Like, a rock falls on this person's head. He then falls over and trips on a leaf or a log, you know? Then he falls down a flight of stairs. Afterwards, a bucket of water lands on his head. You can do that, and with proper training, you would actually be able to do a lot of effects one after another. The bookmark is going to be like a more permanent power of the fruit, because even though it does maintain stamina to open the bookmark, it doesn't maintain stamina to just create the bookmark. You know what I mean? So, couple active rules, right? You say page, you get the pen out, and you start writing in the air. Once your effects start taking over the devil fruit, they kind of like act out a story. Or sorry, the effects start taking over your opponent. They have to like act out a story. Let me know if you like the way this fruit is going or not so far. Suggesting an awakening for this fruit, I guess you could say that you can either make gigantic pages, right, from like way farther distances, or you can just put the page on a person from far away within eyesight. That way, you don't have to do the page and it's like your area. Kind of like how Law's devil fruit, does what it does at the stronger stages. I don't want to spoil anyone who's just finding this video for fun and it hasn't caught up with the anime or, isn't caught up with the manga. I want everyone to take a break from the hard plot of One Piece and the hard theory crafting for just one video, right? So, just to rehash the author powers again. You activate it by saying page, your pen comes in the air, you write a list of effects. Once those effects take place, you can then bookmark them to just, pull out that same page for later and to pull it off on someone. It requires you to be in the page with your opponent, and a potential awakening might be so like you can just like target multiple people and just hit them with different pages of effects. Now, I don't want to pull the Death Note out and just start offing people left and right, because I want to just say that would take years off your lifespan instead of outright killing you. So, you can do that in theory, but let's just make a rule like this. if you kill someone using that fruit, depending on how long their natural life would have lasted, you would also take like a percentage of those years. I don't want to say you would take 20 years off the jump, because then you would die after killing 2 people. But, you know, tons of devil fruits are used to kill people in One Piece. They just, you know, typically do not harp on that. But look at Akainu, you know? So let's just say that that's a caveat. If you don't like that caveat, let me know down below. The next fruit I have is the cannon fruit. A very simple paramecia, just like this author fruit. You turn into a cannon, and your ammo is based off your stamina. Now, what I like about this one is that although you can change different parts of your body to different cannons, you're always a culverin. There's multiple types of culverin throughout history. There's the hand culverin, the demi culverin, which is in the thumbnail, and a couple other types of stronger culverins. Luffy gets that idea because, one, it's like French for grass snake, I think, or if it's not French, correct me in the comments for what it is. But, you know, it's like a double pun, because Luffy, you know, has Snake Man and stuff like that. And, you know, he uses culverin, like Jet Culverin, and that's like kind of like his thing. That's kind of where I got the idea, like, I wish I could be a cannon. And I'm not going to go into spoilers, but if you captured, you know, if you've caught up to 1069 of One Piece, you kind of know what I mean by I wish I could be a cannon. So anyways, cannon fruit. You turn into a cannon. The amount of ammo you can shoot out and how strong the ammo is when you shoot it out is based off your stamina, and I guess you could say hockey levels, because if you can imbue your ammo with hockey, you're going to be in a different league, you know? I don't want to get into what the author fruit could do with hockey, because I've just had a long day and I just want to quickly get out a video so you guys have more devil fruits to mess around with. So author fruit, cannon fruit. The cannon fruits awakening, I kind of don't really have it completely fleshed out yet, so help me out here if you can. I was kind of thinking that you can start turning other objects into equal size cannons, and this one wouldn't take too much stamina off you, because we've seen devil fruits do crazier for less, you know? So, you know, maybe you could go up to the size of like a small building, 3 stories, and just bop, you got a gigantic cannon now. And then maybe your stamina will be limited with what you shoot out of it, you know, how much ammo and how big the ammo is, stuff like that. Simple devil fruit, but limitless, you know, ideas for it. I got the idea from watching, I forgot what, like, I'll probably edit it in the video later, but there's a non-canon episode where a dude is a furnace, and another one where a guy can like consume ingredients and turn his ingredients into different nets. I thought that devil fruit was bananas bonkers crazy. I want to take a while on this last devil fruit I want to present, just because this one actually gives me chills when I think about it. The more and more powers that you innately get with this devil fruit are freakish. So I want to make the hear fruit, basically giving you super hearing. Now there's 2 ways I want to go with this one. One where you can turn the super hearing off. So let's start with that first. You know, your ears might get a little bit bigger. They might turn into like Sirius's ear things from My Hero, or, you know, there's something that notates your ears getting bigger. I wouldn't know exactly what to say, or, you know, your ears being better, I mean, not bigger. Maybe they do get bigger. If you like that, let me know. What I think this devil fruit would excel at, obviously, is being paired with observation hockey. You might be able to start doing things on the level of NL and Skypiea when he was using his Goro Goro no Mi, the what was it? The lightning fruit, something like that. I forgot what the actual, I think it's rumble fruit, right? Anyways, his fruit blows my mind. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong in the edits, don't you worry. His fruit blew my mind in Skypiea when he was able to use his, you know, electricity and hear everyone's words throughout Skypiea for, like, I mean, I think he almost coated the whole island. Like, the only person second to him was that girl with unnaturally good hockey. I don't remember her name. I'll correct myself, but she and NL scared me, because if you start thinking on that level of where you can start hearing multiple people's conversations at once, not necessarily reading their mind, but just effortlessly hearing tons of people, that's dangerous stuff depending on who you are. Imagine if the Gorosei had the hear fruit, and they're, you know, just passing by an island and someone's having a hush-hush conversation about the Void Sentry. Gone. That island's gone. You know? I'm making sure the Gorosei is not listening. So, what I also think the here fruit would excel at is being paired with the right type of person. I don't think that a Luffy or a Zoro would necessarily need that fruit, but I always go back to Usopp, someone who is very versatile yet weak, and would be much more stronger with the devil fruit. Quote Rob Lucci in Enies Lobby, he said, no matter what happens, no matter what power you get from that devil fruit, Kaku, you're not going to get weaker. And I always really love that. I know, I'm pretty sure Usopp somewhere has expressed that he does not want a devil fruit, and that's completely fine if he never gets one. But, you know, my last video with the Bow fruit, I definitely wanted Usopp to get that, but that's fine, you know. Like I said, he doesn't need a devil fruit to capture people's hearts. But what this here fruit could really accomplish in the show, like, imagine being able to hear a pirate ship coming away on a naval battle, right? Like, being able to hear it coming from miles away, any amount of time away. For example, spoilers, so skip ahead if you're not caught up to the manga. When Law and Blackbeard encounter each other, Law could have seen this coming, you know? Imagine if instead of the warp fruit that Van Augur has, he has the here fruit. Now, enough of that talk. Let's let everyone enjoy this video. No more spoiler talk. The here fruit, I think, would be one of the most broken devil fruits in One Piece with an awakening. Because obviously there's the super hearing aspect of it, and I'm going to get into way 2 in a second here. But imagine if your awakening is just simply hearing at really, really crazy distances, or hearing what people are thinking, you know? Maybe not necessarily on like a telekinetic level, but basically just the way that people's body language and stuff is acting, and you can like almost hear like the word on their lips as they're saying it, or you can just hear like the most faint whispers like 2 miles away, stuff like that. But here's the second way I want to present this fruit. What if you couldn't turn off the hearing? Then what would happen? You know, I think that would probably cause, you know, the user to have to wear some protective headgear at all times, or to extensively train with the fruit over and over again to make sure that they don't mess up, you know? Actually, I just got an idea for a mythical devil fruit. So I also want to address really quick before I continue with this fruit. Don't worry, if you've left a comment and you want to see your devil fruit in my videos, it will be there within the next week or 2. I've just had a really hectic schedule lately, and since I'm not necessarily getting paid for YouTube yet, nor do I feel like creating a PayPal just for these devil fruit ideas, I really like having this as just a, you know, a fun community discussion with people, and anyone who drops a comment on their devil fruit, I'll take a stab at it, you know? I don't want to be that guy yet. But what we are building together is our own devil fruit encyclopedia of fun devil fruits not in One Piece that should be. So if you couldn't turn off the here fruit, how would your life change? You know, you would, you know, if you're not wearing headphones and someone claps right next to you, you just faint, you know what I mean? But, you know, you're still a valuable asset to any pirate crew, marine organization, CP0. They might keep you locked up in a room, CP9. You know, they might keep you locked up in a room just listening on certain islands or on a ship, and as you pass by, you start hearing different people's, you know, conversations. You can be like, okay, someone on that island is talking about this, and you get closer. All right, it's coming from that building. All right, arrest them. They're talking about the Void Century. All right, they know about poneglyphs, you know. Okay, these guys know more about devil fruits than other people. Take them. Or, you know, a pirate hearing in on some good treasure, but maybe not the best natured pirate, because I really feel like this fruit would be way more awesome in the hands of a villain that the Straw Hats would have to fight one day. I just thought of this from watching My Hero and rereading the manga recently. Like, I'm starting the whole My Hero manga over, and I just got past the part where they introduced Sirius's little power, her little here quirk. So that's where I just kind of like threw her in the thumbnail and put her on here, because, you know, obviously, you know, Superman has super hearing and stuff like that, but he can't control it, whereas I believe she can. You know, so that's why I presented 2 different ways. Can you turn it off, or can you turn it on? Or is it always on? You know, let me know in the comments what you think. I know this isn't as long as my other ones, but just bear with me for just about a week or 2, and I will have back-to-back devil fruit videos up. I want to review manga and stuff like that, and those videos are performing okay. Obviously, if you're looking at my views, you see that the devil fruit videos perform way better. I just want to consistently pump out content that everyone can like, and not always be talking about the hard plot of One Piece, because those videos are hard to pay attention to sometimes, especially if you're at work or if you have a more demanding job. A video like this is better to come home and unwind to. Not saying my videos are better than others, I'm just saying the nature of hard plot One Piece versus just One Piece fun non-canon theories, they're just in a whole different game than each other. And I'm trying to start something new with this channel here. As you see, I offer a different variety of topics on One Piece. I used to focus on just the merchandise, but I personally didn't think that was where my channel should stay. I always wanted to talk about manga and comics and stuff like that. I have a comic book video idea for the manliest comic book I've ever read, and not like toxic masculinity, nobody's here for that anymore, just a very hard-hitting comic book, and I want to put that up in maybe about a month or so, But for now, I've been Merch Hunter Ricky. I really appreciate all the views. I know this was a faster paced Devil Fruit idea video, but just let me know what you think about the author fruit, the canon fruit, or the here fruit. I really appreciate all the views as always, so thank you. Have a great night. Seriously, thank you all for watching, liking, and subscribing the videos. It means the world to me, and I promise I got more on the way. Have a good night, everyone.